Our last event is a sailing breach and pull. This is broken down into two different exercises. The sailing breach, which is a push, where you're using your shoulders and your legs to drive up, and the sailing pull, where you're pulling down using your back muscles, your pulling muscles, and pulling the weights down. The candidate's going to use the pike pull, and in this portion of it, the weight is 60 pounds. You're going to drive up using your shoulders and your legs 5 times. Each time he's going to make sure that, if you can, driving from the legs, cupping your hand underneath the pole to get a good grip on it, and driving up, ensuring that when the proctor's going through, he's counting each time. If you miss and the pole comes out of the red portion up here, then what the proctor is going to do is have you redo the event and redo that portion, that repetition. When you're done there, you're going to hook, and remember, accuracy is part of this. That's why it's important on the practice days to come out here, so you know what the obstacles look like, and you make sure you hook it and pull down. The weight here is 80 pounds. You're going to pull up and down 3 times using your back and your pulling muscles. We're also going to make sure that we train our grip muscles so that we have the strength to hold on to the pole throughout the pulling. When the candidate has finished this portion, he's going to return to the first event and repeat 3 more times. To replicate the sailing breach portion of the CPAT test, we're going to take a barbell. This is a standard 45-pound Olympic barbell, and we're going to take that same movement that we saw in the sailing breach, where you're pushing up using your shoulders, your arms, and helping drive with the legs. It's a real important part because it's going to add an immense part to your strength. And we're going to go about 8 to 10 times. We're going to practice driving up, just like we are using those same movements as we are in the actual CPAT test. 8 to 10 times, remembering to drive off with our legs. And when you completed your 8 to 10 repetitions, we're going to rest for 1 minute and do it again. We're trying to do this 4 or 5 times a week. And the best way to replicate this is to go out there and do the actual practice days for the CPAT test. It's a good way we can do it at the house. The sailing pull is the next event that we're going to simulate. We've gone back to using the rope and the duffel bag, and we're just replicating the same movements we do on the pull. If you remember, on the pull, you're taking that pike pole and you're hooking the weight and you're pulling down, using your body to help assist bring that weight down. So using that same movement, we're taking a weight that you feel comfortable using, and over time we're gradually increasing that weight, and you're grasping it as the demonstrator is doing, and we're doing a pulling down motion, using our body to help pull that weight up and doing that. We're repeating this 8 to 10 times, just like the sailing breach, and resting in for 1 minute. To better simulate this breach and pull event, which are one station during the CPAT test, you can go back with the barbell that we had before and this event and do them back to back 5 times, simulating more accurately the CPAT test. Base this off of your physical fitness level and progress with weights and shortening the rest time in between each of these 2 events, making it 1 event as your fitness improves. In conclusion, we're just going to talk about a few things that are going to aid you in having the most success possible during the CPAT test. First thing we want to talk about is hydration. We just want to ensure that we're drinking water or things with electrolytes in them for leading up to the CPAT, and actually right before the CPAT. You want to make sure that you have at least something equivalent to a glass of water size before we do the event. But like I said, let's stick to things that have no sugar in them and things that are not dairy products. We're going to stick to electrolyte or water drinks right before and after. Stay properly hydrated. Another thing we're going to do is come out to the CPAT testing days or practice days as much as possible. The best way to simulate doing these events is to actually go out and do the events, and this way we have contact with the proctors, and the peer fitness individuals to ask them any questions that you have. And the final thing is frequency. We want to be doing this CPAT simulation 5 or 6 days a week, and we want to work on the problem spots that we're having. If there's a particular event that you're having issues with, we want to go out there and train that as much as possible. But also allow yourself time to rest, 1 or 2 days a week to rest. One thing that we didn't do during the CPAT video that you can do if you're up to it is simulating that weight vest. We've been using that backpack, 50-pound backpack, as a simulated weight vest. So one of the ways that you can more replicate the actual CPAT test is to actually wear that backpack during the entire event, setting up all your stations at your home and running through them back to back while wearing that simulated weight vest. And remember, the frequency plus actual technique training is the best way that you can give yourself the most success for the CPAT test.